I'm John Rusheye, and I am JohnnySlicks. I joined the Marine Corps at 18 years old in 2012. I served with 2-2, CLB-2, and 10th Regiment. I was an armorer, so everybody loved me all the time, right? On my deployment on the Black Sea Rotational Force, I got linked up with some EOD guys, and that's what really got me into hair products and hair styling. Everybody had nice hair in that unit, so it was something I just got into. They all had their products that they loved using, and they were all water-based pomade because you had to look clean in uniform. Little did I know those products were not very good for me. It wasn't until 2015 until somebody said, "Hey man, your hair's thinning," because he saw the top of my crown. I played it off like it wasn't real, but when I got home later that night, I found out, yeah, my hair was thinning. I had no idea why, because in my genes, thinning hair it's not something that happens. My whole family has fine hair. So I said, what's going on? How can this be happening to me? I have nice hair. I decided to look at the jar, switch over to the ingredients, and what the hell am I looking at? There's numbers, there's colors, there's things I can't figure out. What are these? I've never walked in the woods and saw methylchlorazine 6. I don't know what this ingredient is. Then I started to do a little bit more research, realized that your skin is the largest organ on your body and it absorbs everything you put on it. That's what was leading to it. I was putting hair product in my hair 7-8 times a day. That was absorbing into there, drying out my follicles, and all my hair was falling out. So, what was the other alternative? Go all natural, go organic. But at the time, I was just getting out of the Marine Corps. This was in 2015. I separated in 2016. I had no money. I couldn't do any of that stuff. So what was I supposed to do? I can't just not wear hair product anymore. And I'm not going bald. That was definitely not an option. I love my hair. So I decided to try to make my own. I looked at all the ingredients on the jar. I picked out all the ones I liked, the ones that seemed to be really good, natural and organic: beeswax, coconut oil, castor oil. And then I started diving deeper and look at the essential oils and their purpose on how they affect the skin. Peppermint, tea tree, all of these things and how they can increase blood flow. I started to do more and more research. And at the time, this was right when I was separating out of the Marine Corps in late 2016. I decided to go to barber school because that seemed like a really huge passion of mine. I loved hair. It was a massive passion of mine. So I went to barber school at night. During the day, I was transitioning out of the Marine Corps, going to check out all these units. Still styling my hair, it's the same, doing a little bit more over my bald spot so people couldn't see. And during barber school, I realized that cutting hair wasn't a passion of mine. It was actually styling hair. So my passion became more and more funneled down to making grooming products. So I desperately needed to move away from these chemical-filled products. They were filled to the brim of toxic preservatives and all this stuff that I couldn't pronounce. I just went home, I tossed them all in the trash, but I still needed to style my hair. And I needed to bring my hair back because thinning hair was not natural for me. I couldn't lose my hair, so I was like, oh, light bulb, it's organic. I should be able to just go in the woods, find these ingredients, bring them back home, and make a jar of pomade, right? No, it's not that simple. I, for some reason, thought it was. It is not. So I decided to gather up ingredients: beeswax, coconut oils, all these different types of essential oils, waxes, butters, all of this stuff, put them in a big pot, stir it up, and see what I can get. This is what I got. I don't recommend opening it because it's not good. I realized then that there's a lot more science, a lot more chemistry, and a lot more work that needs to go into making these products. So around this time, I'm buying ingredients, putting them in a pot. They're catching fire. I'm tossing them out, just wasting these ingredients, but I was making progress. I know I didn't feel like it, but I was making progress. This time I was transitioning out of the Marine Corps. This is about late 2016. I'm getting out of the Marine Corps. I couldn't find work. Luckily, Rebecca, my wife, she was able to work double shifts at a job she absolutely despised working at, but she did it because she wanted to stand by me. And I just stayed home all day researching, looking at these ingredients, burning them up in a pot, then off to night school, barber school, and I just did that day in, day in, out. Constantly, that's all I did. About a year goes by until I actually had a physical, tangible, possible formula of something that this is progress. I'm doing it. I'm making progress. I remember Rebecca came home one day and I think she says there was black smoke. I don't think there was black smoke in the kitchen, but it definitely smelled. From that moment, I decided that I'm gonna literally take all of this list of ingredients that I was working with and cut it in half. And it was at that moment I realized that this is the path. I'm on it and I'm doing it. So a little bit more time passed. It was around spring of 2017 when all of a sudden, boom, final formula. I had the final pomade in my hand, but it didn't have a lid on it. And I didn't have any money because all of it went into all these burned ingredients. We were selling everything we had in our house to try to make more money, pay the bills, put food on the table, and continue this passion that I was newly found. We didn't have enough. We didn't have enough stuff. We didn't have enough money, but the fire was there because I was holding the final thing, but it wasn't all the way finished. It was just a final formula. So what did we do? We decided to go sell some plasma because you can sell plasma twice a week. And because of the Marine Corps, I had all these vaccinations. I got extra money, so it made me want to go even more. I remember there was a point in time when I had the finished formula, and like I said, I didn't have caps. I literally, without hesitation, drove to the plasma center, donated plasma, and after I was donating, they paid me for it, I went and bought caps for it. They showed up 3-4 days later, and the world was finally complete. But another problem arose. How the hell do I sell this thing? How do I sell it? My hair's coming back because it's working, but how do I sell it? How do I actually make people want this and believe in it just as much as I believe in it, and show proof that this is the solution to everybody's problem? This is it. I had no idea what I was doing. I remember I had a briefcase. I carried around 8 to 9 pomades at the time, which that cost a lot to make. At the time, it cost me almost $6 to make a single jar of these things. I put them in the briefcase. I'd drive around town to all the shops, the barber shops, and I'd sell 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. I'd keep going back home. All the money I would get, I'd go and make a couple more, 9 more. I remember there was a time when I drove to Connecticut, I drove to Florida, I drove to Raleigh here, 2 hours just to sell 5, just to sell 3, because I knew I had the solution. I just didn't know, I didn't have that structure to go around and know what I was doing with these things. The one thing I did that was the smartest thing I did was start an Instagram account. I did not know how crucial it was to start an Instagram account. Before that, I was just driving around to people saying, "Hi, I'm Johnny." Yeah, it doesn't, no. Instagram was where it was at. It opened up a whole new world for me to sell on other places, California for one. I didn't have any reach there, but now I did. So Instagram helped a ton. The problem was I was still losing money, and Rebecca and I were still selling plasma twice a week to pay for all of this whole thing going on. It wasn't until winter of 2017 where things kind of took a very right turn. My car got repoed. Debt just kept piling up. I think I got 2 credit cards charged off because I couldn't make payments. My phone bill got turned off. It was January of 2018 when everything came to a change. So right when things started to get really, really difficult and everything seemed to get really tunnel vision and black for me, I started to reach out to some people that might be able to assist. And the first thing I thought of was reach out to some beard competitors, guys that have made first, second, third place competition awards. I reached out to all 3 of them, first, second, and third. They all got back to me, and they all unfortunately were like, "Nah, man, our beard's too big. You can't give us enough oil," all that. But one guy, Owen, he actually said, "Hey, I really appreciate what you're doing, and you're a Marine. I got a contact for you." He gave me Nick Cumulazzo's number. He said, "You're gonna have to message him. It's gonna take a while to get through to him." I didn't believe him at the time. I messaged him 18 times. It was a matter of 6 months. I joined every time he went live. I joined him, and I was like, "Hey, I'm local. I make beard oil and pomade. Can I come by and give you some?" No response. I was like, man, this seems like a dead end. I don't know what to do next. I tried, this is everything. And then I was working in a barber shop on a Sunday. I got an Instagram message from Nick. I'm like, whoa. He messaged me back and he said, "Hey, I'm willing to try your stuff. Can you come down on Tuesday?" And yeah, absolutely, I'm coming down on Tuesday. So I went home that evening, packed up a couple pomades, a couple beard oils, made them really presentable. And I drove down here. Me and Rebecca drove down on a Tuesday to get to meet them. They weren't here, so we dropped them off. And on our way home, I remember they messaged us and they were like, "Hey, we're in the office. You guys want to come back?" Hooked a Yui, came all the way back down, and I got to meet Nick and Allie. It was awesome until Nick started to ask me some business questions. And I was selling here and there on Instagram, so I don't really know much about business. He said, one question specifically, I remember I was dripping sweat. He said, "What's your business infrastructure?" And I was like, "Infrastructure? I have a no-frastructure. I don't even know what that is." I never felt so embarrassed and so low, but I got to meet them, and that was progress. It was about 2 weeks later when Nick and Allie called me, and they said, "Hey, absolutely love your stuff. You want to sit down and have lunch?" We met, we had lunch, and we ended up partnering right then and there to get everything started, and that was February of 2018. So early 2018, after we met, we partnered, everything was going good. I remember Nick told me, he patted me on the back, he said, "Good job, I bought the website domain months prior. Ali designed it and everything got situated. We launched on March 7th, and I remember prior to that, the best month I ever had was $364 in a month. And I thought that was a lot. And then on March 7th, we launched at 5 p.m. I think it was. Nick did a vlog and he said, go buy JohnnySlicks. We soared over that number, well over $364 just in that night. I remember I don't normally wear socks, but I put socks on just so I can dance in my kitchen. I was doing a moonwalk and I was dancing around. Rebecca was dancing too. I was in tears. It was the best thing that could have possibly happened. So starting on March 7th, the first day of sales, within that first year, because of your support, we were able to grow to a 6-figure company. And because of your continuous support, in under 3 years, we were able to become a 7-figure company. We went from 3 SKUs. When we first started, we had 2 pomades and a beard oil. Because of your support, we were able to experiment with different ingredients, different fragrances, and different products. We expanded from those 3 SKUs to well over 80 SKUs now. We used to make 2 pomades and a beard oil, just pomade and beard oil, that was it. And now we're making body washes, shampoo, conditioner, we're making beard wash, on top of experimenting with bars of soap and all these other types of skincare products. So we went from just making these few little products to expanding to an entire organic grooming product line. So, spring of 2020 happened. Everyone knows what happened there. But on the business side, a lot of things had to change. And unfortunately, a lot of businesses didn't make it. We were in an opportunity where we needed to either outsource to China and save the company, or pivot and support the American people and stand by our belief to source everything only strictly in America. It was a huge risk because we saw other companies not doing so well that were making that same choice. Because of your support as Slicksters, we were able to continue this company and continue our passion without having to submit to the changes. We were the change. And because of that decision to support the American people and to source everything from American-owned companies, we had the biggest year to date in sales. Everything seemed to make sense at that moment, and we stood by what we believed in. I never thought years ago, when I was burning up ingredients in my kitchen, when I was selling plasma, car was getting repoed and we were going in crazy debt, I never thought at those moments that we would create a community of Slicksters, people that believe in what we believe in, our ethics, morals, and culture. We believe in supporting the American people, that is the lifeblood of America. So we are bringing back American manufacturing the way it should be. A lot of people are saying the American dream is dead. I've never heard such nonsense. This is living proof that the American dream exists. And we're turning 4 coming up here soon. Everybody's saying congratulations, and although I appreciate it, I must say, we are just getting started. Stay slick.